Hey y'all. Trying to get this set up right. God. Hey. So I think we got Sandy, we got Rena, we got Nika, Christine. All hey from St. Louis. Hey y'all. Hey Linda. So you know, like how we did the last live, we gonna wait a few to see how many people gonna come through, and then we gonna start this. So basically, this first live tutorial is going to be me showing you guys just like the basics, like probably what you might get hung up on as far as like the fold over method, how to place your wig cap on your wig head. Trying to see what else. Oh, and I'll show you guys like my current stitching method, because I kind of switch up from time to time, and then it's like depends on what cap I'm using, as well as what type of wig. So I'll just show you guys like my standard stitching technique. Will I be using a frontal? Do y'all want me to use a frontal? I thought I had like so many tutorials on how I do my lace frontal. Hey, give it up for the notification gang, y'all. All right. Yeah, I was like, haven't y'all seen like my lace frontal wig tutorials? Hey, Sophia. Y'all coming through. All right, notification gang. That's what's up. Y'all, I am so hot. I've been working all day long making YouTube videos for y'all, making wigs for my clients. So I just wanted to come through really quick and do this live tutorial, because I know I told y'all that I was going to do one. Oh, April, you ain't missed nothing yet. I didn't start yet. I just said that this is going to be a live tutorial, and I'm going to basically show you guys some basic things that you should know or should do when you're doing wigs or making wigs. And if you guys like want me to show you something like basic stuff, don't be trying to tell me to make y'all a whole wig on a live stream, because that's gonna take too long. Brianna, you see, my phone went off. I was like, this better be Shay. Yes, girl, I'm coming through. How many of y'all saw my video I just posted? How many of y'all are the true notification gang? How many of y'all, tell me yes or no, have you saw my last video that I just posted? I would have to say maybe like 30 minutes ago. Okay, so Alexis, okay, she saw it. Y'all ain't watched it yet. Oh. Come on now, y'all. Yes, with the 4 styles. Yes, y'all are supposed to be watching. Y'all supposed to be my notification gang. That's the reason why I ain't got no views now. Okay, so basically we're going to get started. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is if you're using a canvas wig block, and I'm using a standard canvas wig block, and it is a 22-inch head circumference. The reason why I use mainly this one is because this is mainly like the average size wig block or size for a human head. Everyone head circumference is between like 21 to 22, sometimes 22 and a half. You might get some people that have like a 23 or a 24 inch head circumference, and I do have like a 23-inch head circumference, so I'll use that if one of my clients do tell me that. So we're gonna do the 22 because this is mainly the one that I use to make my wigs. So like I told you guys, I always use like this the standard dome cap, and this is the brand Titan. You can get it from your local beauty supply store, and it is the men's dome cap. So this is what I'll be demonstrating on. So this is basically how I place my wig cap on my canvas wig block. So in the front, you'll see that it has like two lines. There's two big space lines, and then in the back it's drawn in. So this is considered the back of the cap, and this is considered the front of the cap. Okay? So what I do is mainly place it, and the best way to place your wig cap on your canvas wig block, and it's gonna always fit. If you place it this way, you wouldn't have no issues with how your wig is going to fit on your head or on your client's head. So mainly what I do is I always line up the line that's on the dome cap, and I line it up with the stitching that is on the canvas wig block. Okay, so if you line it up correctly, you shouldn't have no issues. Okay, and then in the back, you don't want to pull the back too much down because this is like the tall canvas wig block. They do have like the short neck, but this is the tall neck. Mainly I kind of use the tall neck because it sort of mimics a human head. I will be getting a short one soon. So with placing it in the back, don't place it too far down, but just place it. Just think about where you would place your wig cap, okay? And once I do that, then I'll take like my T-pins. I'll sometimes use like the big T-pins or the smaller T-pins, but this is the big one. And I just place the wig cap down. And try to place as many as you can, because I know like when you do start to create your wig, sometimes the wig cap might shift. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm going to show you guys, this is some of the hair that I use. This is my hair. When clients order my signature wigs, this is the hair that I use. This is my hair. So this is the body wave texture, and it is Peruvian. So what I do is just unravel the hair, and I do not cut my wefts. Most of the time I do cut my wefts when I get towards the front, but a lot of times like when I'm in the back, you don't really need to cut your wefts unless the weft is like super thick and you can't do the fold over method. So I'm going to show you guys how I place my hair on my wig cap. And you know, I don't know if you guys noticed that with all my wig caps, I'm able to pull it up in a ponytail. And I'm going to show you guys how I do that. So what you want to do is you take your standard needle and thread. I always use the big needles because it's easier to flow back and forth. So what I do is I first start off with my needle and I'll stick it through the weft. Okay, so like that. Can y'all see it? Okay, so making sure y'all see it. So once I do that, I've already tied a knot at the end. So it should be like this. So this is your needle, this is your thread, and this is your weft, okay? So when you do that, once you got that in place, what you'll do is you'll take it. And I am not, so I know I got a lot of questions on, do I sew through the elastic band? You do not want to sew through the elastic band, because if you do, your wig gonna be tight and it's gonna be scrunched up and it ain't gonna fit. Okay, so there is a piece of fabric. So with the dome caps, there is the elastic band, and then there's the piece of the fabric. Okay, you want to stick your needle through the piece of the fabric, just like that. Y'all see it? Let me know if y'all see it. Okay, okay, yeah, y'all see it. Okay, so you stick it through, and then it's pulling your track. Okay, that track ain't going nowhere. Why? It's because you got that knot sitting right there, and you got the thread going through the weft. Okay, so once you do that, once you got that in place, and what I like to do is I like to line up the weft at the very tip of the dome cap. Okay, so when you do that, you take your little T-pin, because sometimes, like I say, the weft tends to slide back and forth. So if you stick it in place, it shouldn't be going nowhere. So I'm going to stick it like right here. Okay? Now as you can see, there's like a little gap. And that's okay, because you want that little gap. Because you're going to be sticking your needle underneath the weft, through the fabric, and out the fabric. Okay, and you're just doing a traditional stitching. Okay, traditional stitching is just in and out, in and out, in and out. That's it. And the reason why you want to stitch a few times at the very beginning is because you want to lock that piece of weft, the very tip of the weft, in place, just like this. So as you see, I'm doing traditional stitching. Traditional stitching is right underneath the weft, through the fabric, and out. Okay? Now sometimes I do double knot. So I'll go through, and then I'll take the piece of thread, and you're going to wrap it once, two, or sometimes three times around the needle. Once you do that and you pull it through, it locks it. Okay? So I'm going to show you guys the stitching that I do. Let me see if I hope I ain't y'all have no questions, do y'all? Yes, you would do the same thing on a mesh cap. The mesh cap, I don't have one with me right now, but yeah, the mesh cap, you do the same exact thing. With the mesh cap, you're going through the holes, okay? Going through the holes. And another thing I know I got questions about with the mesh cap, do you sew over the adjustable straps? No, you don't sew through the adjustable strap. There's like a piece that goes over the adjustable straps. There's like a piece of mesh fabric. You sew through that. Don't sew through the adjustable strap. Sew through the mesh that's sitting on top of that strap, okay? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sewing. So I'm going underneath the weft, I'm going through the fabric, and what I do is sometimes this is my current stitching method, okay? So I'll just take it under the weft, take it through the fabric, and then what I'm going to do is take my piece of thread and I'm going to place it behind the needle, okay? You place it behind the needle, you pull it through. Do the same thing again. Place it behind the needle. Do it through. Y'all see that? I'll do it one more time. So you're going underneath the weft, through the fabric. You're wrapping your thread behind the needle, and you're pulling it through. Okay? This is my current stitching method. This method right here will lock all your wefts in place. Like, your wefts will not move whatsoever. Okay, this will be for yourself as well as if you were going to be making a wig for a client. You want to do this. Now I'm going to show you guys another good stitching method stitching method to do that will lock your wefts in place and it will not move. So the same thing, you're going underneath the weft, you're going through the thread. And what you're going to do is you can wrap the thread around the needle twice and pull it through. It will be the same way as if you was doing the first type of stitching method. So you're going underneath the weft through the fabric, and you're wrapping the thread around the needle twice, and you're pulling it through. See? Y'all see that? It ain't going nowhere. What I just stitched is not going anywhere. You can pull it. It ain't going nowhere. It's not loosening or nothing. Okay? Now, what Sandy said, she does it 2 or 3 times. Yeah, you can wrap the thread around as many times as you want, but preferably I do it like 2 to 3 times, and it's good to go. So you can do that, or there's another stitching method that you can do is you can pull it through, and then you can open up. This is the stitching method that I use to do my 360 frontals, okay? If you guys have seen my 360 frontal tutorials, I know I've gotten a lot of questions on how does your 360 frontal lay so flat, what type of stitching method you do. This is the stitching method that I do, okay? So I'll show you. I'll take the needle, I'll go under the weft through the fabric, halfway, just like that. And what I'm doing is I open up the thread. Y'all see that? I opened up the thread. I place this piece of thread, this back piece of thread, I place it behind the needle, and then I pull it through, okay? So then I get a different type of stitching, okay? That stitching is like, it's open, right? This is the one that I use. I know I've seen like people, they just kind of just do a traditional stitching. But me, I'm like a perfectionist. I like everything to be super neat looking. So I'm going to show you guys again. So I'll take the needle, go under the weft, through the fabric. Halfway through the fabric, you're opening up the thread. You're placing that back thread behind the needle, and then you're pulling it through. Okay, just like that. I'll do it one more time. So regardless of whatever stitching method that you do, if you do traditional, if you do the one that I do, if you do the one where you wrap the needle around the thread a few times, they're all going to lock into place, okay? And that's like the biggest thing when it comes to making a custom wig. And if your client's going to be satisfied with your wig, or if your client's going to be mad at you, it all depends on your stitching method. And it's like practice makes perfect, okay? Because when I first started, my stitching game was not on point, okay? I had like, it was loose cap and everything, and I had to keep practicing and keep practicing and keep practicing. And that's what you have to do, just keep practicing. So I'm going to finish up, and then I'll show you guys how you're able to wear your wig up in a ponytail if you follow what I just did. With either any 3 of those stitching methods that you can do, and you'll be able to wear your wig up in a ponytail, or your client will be able to wear it up in a ponytail. Okay, so then once I get to a point at the other side, because you know I started on this side, so now I'm on this side. When I get to a point where I want to fold over the weft, what I'll do is I'll pull my last little piece of thread through, and then what I'll do is I'll wrap the thread around the needle like 2-3 times, and then I pull it through. Okay, once I do that, it's not going nowhere, okay? Now, if I was to pull it up, as you guys can you see any type of fabric? No. Why? Is because the type of stitching method that I did, and then with the way that I stitched it, I'll be able to wear my hair up in a ponytail. If I could continue, you know, when you're going around here, you want to continue doing the same thing. And then, like, I know you guys see that when I pull back my hair on the side, you don't see the cap. You don't see no stitching. You don't see no thread, no nothing. All you see is hair, okay? And that's what you want. You want that seamless finish. And if you do the same type of stitching method that I did in the back, and you do that on the sides as well, once you pull your hair back, you'll get seamless, just hair. That's all you're going to see is hair. And then another thing when it comes to doing the stitching method that you did in the back on the sides, what you have to do is always curve your weft, okay? I'm going to show you that in a second too. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how I fold over my wefts without it looking bulky. Okay, I know you guys seen my wigs. My wigs are nice and smooth. Okay, so this is the way you do it. Fold over method is you take this, you take your thread. Once you're ready to fold it over, you fold it over. Do not, I repeat, do not, guys, fold it on top of that weft. Don't do that, because if you do that and you try to sew it, it's going to be bulky sitting right here. Okay? It's just going to be just sitting lumpy. And you don't want that. You want to take it and fold it and go a little bit above that last weft that you just sewn. Okay? Did y'all see it? Okay. Let me know if y'all saw it or you need me to repeat it. Okay? So I'm taking my thread and I'm folding it over, but I'm folding it a little bit above that piece of weft that I just sewn. Okay? So once I do that, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of thread and my needle and I'm going to go underneath. Sometimes I go through the weft just to be on the safe side to make sure that it lays super flat. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it and I'm going to go through the weft. And then I'm going to go through the fabric. And then I'm going to wrap my thread around this twice and pull it through. Okay? And I'm going to just do this a couple of times. I'm going to go underneath this time. I'm going to go underneath. And while I'm doing that, I'm pulling the piece of thread a little bit too. Okay, now once I do that, then I'll continue to do my regular stitching method. Y'all see I'm getting to the very end of the my thread is getting kind of short. So what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll just, tie it off and then cut it. And then, get another piece of thread. And usually I do like a knot. I do 2 knots. When it's time for me to change my thread out, I'll do 2 knots. If I can. I might have went a little bit too... You can do 2 knots, or what you can do is you can cut... You can cut the piece of thread right here, and then you can, tie it like that. But I don't really do that. I just, kind of tie it up right here, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to take some more thread. What's my favorite AliExpress company? Right now, it would have to be, I have to say Yolisa hair. Yolisa and Celia hair. Celia, this is the hair I got in right now. It looked kind of bogus because I just washed it and I haven't styled it or anything. This the lace frontal wig that I did on the, I think it's Celia hair. Yeah, I think it's Celia hair. Yeah, I really like their hair. I've had their hair for over, I think, when did I post that video? I think I might have posted that video January, February, and I'm still rocking the hair right now. This hair is bomb. This is silly hair. You guys know that I always rock Elisa's hair. I've done like I think 3 hair reviews for them. Yes, Miss Red Vine girl. Shoot, she was the one of the giveaway winners. She was able to receive Yolisa hair. She'll tell you what I'm talking about. Yolisa hair is on point, okay? So usually I kind of like work with 1 or 2 needles. I used to work with like 16, 18 needles at one time, but the needles that I had, they were smaller than these, and I really don't use the small ones anymore. I use the big ones, and I pretty much use like really long pieces of thread, as you guys can see right now. I don't use short pieces of thread. I use long. I don't know, it just makes me work faster when I do long pieces of thread versus short pieces of thread. What? Sophia, you said your giveaway gifts were stolen. How was they stolen? I am so sorry to hear that. Okay. So now that I got my piece of thread in order, if I can get it to sit right. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is how I curve my wefts to make it look seamless on the sides. So y'all can like ask me some questions while I'm trying to hurry up and sew this little piece over to the side. UPS just left it at the door. Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that. Dang. Well, I'll be doing another giveaway, you guys, pretty soon. I'm working with this one company. I'm trying to do a giveaway for my favorite curling wine, which is by Irresistible Me Sapphire. I'm working with them to see if I can see if I'm able to do a giveaway for that. And then I'll be doing like some more hair giveaways too. I hope you guys, I wonder if it's over. Hope you guys did or participated in IC hair giveaway. They supposed to be giving away some free hair. Did y'all enter? Okay, any to promote as a newbie and how to charge. You say, what brand tripod do you have? Child, I don't even know what brand this is. I got this off of Amazon.com. You can just go to Amazon, type in, I think it's called like wig display tripod or wig stand tripod. They have like 2-3 versions. This one was only like $24.99. They do have the one that's like, I think stainless steel. It's like silver stainless steel. That's the one I'm getting next. I think that one is like 60 something dollars, like 63 or $68. That's what I'm trying to get next. Do you do a giveaway to the Caribbean? Yeah, I think one of my giveaway winners, they lived out of the country. She was able to win, and I sent it to her. So yeah. Okay, so back to as far as like with pricing. I know we kind of spoke about it in the last live stream, but I want to speak on it again because I know like I get a lot of negative feedback when it comes to my pricing. And a lot of people need to understand, and then when you do start your business and you want to get out there, you have to be realistic when it comes to pricing, okay? For one, your pricing depends on your skills, okay? If you bomb as hell with making wigs and you know that when your client gets their wig, they're able to wear it for an extended amount of time with no issues or nothing like that, then that's one thing that you have to think about when it comes to pricing. Two, you have to think about whether or not are you just making the wig and your client is supplying the hair, or are you supplying the hair with the wig, with you making the wig. Now me, I told y'all I started off with just making a wig without supplying the hair. Now I do supply the hair, and I stand behind my hair 100%. And I sell wigs with hair. So when it comes to my pricing, I have to think about one, okay, how good is my skills with making my wig? Okay, how good are my how good is the wig construction? Two, how good is my hair? So if I'm giving you 3 bundles of hair and a lace frontal, and I'm making a wig for you, you have to think about the pricing. My pricing is going to be, up there. Why? Is because you're paying for hair. A lot of people be thinking that, oh, you charge $200 for a wig. Okay, well, if you think about it, if you go to AliExpress or go to any hair company, if you want 3 bundles of hair and a lace frontal, you're going to be paying like $200, $300, $400 for hair. And that's just hair. That ain't getting you, getting a sew-in. That's not getting a wig made or nothing. That's just the hair, okay? Now, when it comes to custom wigs, you have to think about it. Custom wigs, we are making the wig for you. I'm styling it for you, okay? I'm cutting it. I'm layering it for you. So, the only thing you got to do is take it out your little package and put it on your head. So, yes, a lot of times my wigs I do recommend that you price your wigs at a reasonable price. You have to think about, the time that you're putting in to make a wig. You have to put in how much money that you're putting out to get that hair to make that wig for your client. Because that hair don't come free. A lot of people be thinking like, oh, you get hair for free and you want to turn around and charge me $200. Nah, you scamming people. I ain't scamming nobody. I don't need to scam nobody. But I'm being realistic is because my hair is 100% virgin hair. You can do anything with the hair, okay? You can bleach it, you can dye it, you can lay it to the side, you can do anything, okay? And then when it comes to my wigs, okay? My wigs, I stand behind my wigs. You will be able to wear my wigs for years, okay? Why? It's because I have wigs that I've made for myself. I've made wigs for myself 5 years ago. And I could pull it out of a bin and I'm able to put it on my head and it still look bomb. Okay? You have to think about it. A wig is an investment. Then a lot of people need to think about, yes, sometimes I do charge $600 for a wig. Sometimes I do charge $700 for a wig. Why? Is because you have to think about what all I am putting into that wig. Okay? I'm putting in 3 bundles of hair. I'm putting in a lace frontal. I didn't cut it up for you. I'm giving you 100% virgin hair. I'm, layering it, cutting it, styling it. And sometimes I'm even coloring the wig. Okay, so like my highest wig I think right now is probably like $700 something, and that is because it comes with a custom wig that's going to last for years. Okay, for years. If you know what I'm saying, if you do the proper maintenance and care on the wig, and you take care of it, your wig will last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, okay, or more. It's just depending on. Then yes, you have to think about the labor, okay. You know what I'm saying, these wigs just don't magically happen. They just don't magically be created. It takes time. I'm taking time out of my, you know what I'm saying, schedule to make wigs, okay. And then also you have to think about, you know, like I said, my highest wig is like $700 something, and that is the wig that's the plum color wig. That wig is 26 inches long, okay? I done gave it 3 bundles of 26, 24, 22 with a believe I did a lace frontal or a lace closure, okay? I made the wig, I styled it, I colored it. Color takes time too. And color, you know what I'm saying, is a lot. You know, I bleached the hair, I colored it. Then also you have to think about, I treated that hair to make sure that when you put it on your head, it's not tangly, it's not shedding or anything like that. That's a lot of, you know, I do expensive products on taking care of my hair, because I want to make sure that when you get the wig, like, you're not complaining about that it's tangling, it's shedding, it's matting, it got to smell or odor or anything like that. So yeah, when it comes to you starting off your wig business, you have to think about everything, because in total, when you start your business, you're losing money. Okay, you're losing money on buying the hair, you're losing money on buying the wig supplies. You know, you need a you know, you might not have to use a canvas wig block, but you might be using a mannequin head, or you might be using an expensive type of cap. Like, sometimes people might not want to use the dome cap, they want to use the mesh caps, or they want to do machine sewn type wigs. It all depends on that too. So it's like, all in all, you have to think about everything, because you know what I'm saying, it's like you're losing money to try to gain a profit. So it's like, let's just say if I'm putting out $400 to make you a wig, okay? Now, if I was to charge $400 for the wig and I put out $400, what type of profit am I getting back? Nothing. All I did was just make the money back that I spent to make a wig. So you have to be realistic. You have to think about, okay, how much money, or how much should I charge, you know what I'm saying, someone to get my money back as well as make a profit, okay? So yeah, so when you start your business, you have to just think about that. And you, like I said, the main key is how good are your skills with making wigs. Because if you sitting here, you making a wig and it don't fit a person that just spent like $300-400 on it, or the styling ain't on point, or the hair ain't on point, and you're trying to charge somebody $500-600, then yeah, you need to rethink your pricing. And not all my wigs are $700 and some dollars. Some of my wigs I have like $200 some dollars. You know, I try to be versatile. I try to be, you know, I try to cater to everybody. Okay, I try to cater to the people that would not mind spending $700 because they know that that wig is going to last. And sometimes I get a lot of clients that they want that $200 wig, but regardless if it's $700 that I'm charging or $200 that I'm charging, both wigs are going to be bomb, and both clients are going to have a very good wig. Yeah, like, yep, Marquita, yes, baby. Okay, you have to make a profit. That's all about business. And a lot of people don't know that, baby, I got 2 degrees, okay? I have a bachelor's in business and I have an MBA. So I know all about business, and I know all about, profit, loss, your expenses. I know all about that. Okay, I don't, come on here and tell y'all like my little personal business and everything, but I've been to school and I know all about business and I know all about marketing and everything. So yeah, so that's why when I get those, some of them females that be complaining about, oh, you know what I'm saying, your price too high, like, you trying to scam people. Mainly, I just brush them off because you keep going to whoever you going to that's making you that bogus wig, and you keep going to them. You keep spending, your little $50 on a little wig, and that wig be messed up in a day, and you be wondering why. Okay, so I've gotten to the other side. Now, when I talk about, they said fleas. What y'all talking about? We have two trolls. Where they at? Baby. I'm like, where they at? Who's saying something? I ain't got time for trolls. Like, if you want to be negative on my live, you can exit left, stage left, okay? All right. So once you get to the other side, and this is what I'm talking about as far as curving your weft. Okay, you want to curve your weft when every time you get to either your left side or your right side. You always want to curve it. You never want to keep it straight. And this is what I'm talking about. You never want to keep it straight and then fold over your weft, because if you do that, a lot of times you're going to see the weft, or you're going to see the thread, or you're going to see the fabric if you go straight. If you continue to keep sewing your weft straight, and not curving it on the side, then it's not going to look right, okay? And you're not going to get that seamless hairline. Your seamless hairline should be, once you flip that hair back, that's all you seeing is hair, like that. So in order to do that, all you have to do is, instead of taking it straight, you want to curve it upwards, okay? Curve it upwards. So I'm curving it upwards. Okay. And I'm going to curve it upwards just a little bit more. And then once I curve it up, like once or twice, then I will fold it over. And like I said before, when you do the fold over method, you don't want to fold on the very top of the last weft. You want to fold it just above it. Okay? What y'all? Mr. Trump, your boss, what you talking about? Minimum cash out. Okay. I hate the fact that with the YouTube live, like, it doesn't keep your comments up. Like, you have to constantly keep touching the screen in order for the comments to stay up. I know I'm missing a lot of y'all comments. Let me know if y'all do y'all know how to keep the comments up, or Know how to block people. I know y'all keep saying there's trolls and stuff on here. Like we said, we ain't got time for the Amour Gang. We ain't got time. Okay. So once I do that, then I will fold it over again. And usually I use like my T-pins to keep, like I said, like, to keep my my wefts in place. And you just keep doing that, you know, till you get to the top. If it's best for you to kind of outline where you should be placing your wefts, you can do that. Or you can just use your T-pins and keep the weft in place so it won't be shifting up or down. So it's totally up to you. So let me see. What else y'all want to see? I done showed y'all the fold over method. I done showed y'all how I'm able to pull it up. And you'll be able to wear it up in a ponytail if you like going to go work out, or if you just need to wear your hair up in a ponytail, you can do that. Okay. Let me see. What else? What else y'all want to see? Y'all let me know. Or what questions y'all have? Am I going to cut baby hairs in the bag? Usually I don't. If it's not like a 360 frontal, I usually don't do that. Nobody has ever asked me to do that. I mean, if a client asks me to like cut baby hairs in the back, I'll do it. How do you glue it so you can pull it up into a ponytail? What do you mean glue it? These are just, are you talking about like with the 360 frontal or? I usually don't glue it. A lot of times I sew in my wigs. Like after I make the wig, I'll sew it onto my head, and I'll just do like a braid around my perimeter, and I'll use that braid to sew down my cap. Or a lot of times if I want to be real lazy, I'll just like sew I'll put the wig on my head, and I'll just sew like maybe like right here and like just different spots just to keep the wig in place, because you definitely don't want your wig to fall off or slide back. You definitely don't want that. Oh, okay. So you say you really don't pull your hair up in a ponytail unless it's a 360. Oh, okay. Oh, you said a hot glue gun. I forgot, what was your question? My question is, how do you glue it so you can pull it up into a point? Oh, with the hot glue gun, you just place it the same way, but a lot of times with the hot glue gun, if you keep maneuvering or pulling and stuff, sometimes like the weft will kind of slip. So if you do try to wear your wig with the hot glue gun up in a ponytail, I would suggest using like enough glue that weft will not slip. Are your wigs expensive? No. I have some wigs that and all my wigs come with hair. I only have like one wig that does not come with hair, and that's the signature wig, Your Creation. That's when clients supply their own hair, and I'll just make them a wig. And right now, first time clients, the price is $150. If you're not a first time client, I've made a wig for you, and if you supply your own hair, then the wig is like $210. But if I'm supplying the hair, the wigs range from probably 210 to 700. And like I stated before, it all depends on how much hair I'm giving you, whether or not it's a lace frontal, whether or not I'm cutting, styling, or coloring the wig for you. I'm sorry, I'm missing y'all questions. So sorry. Okay, how do you keep it flat when you flip the tracks over? Oh, you didn't see that earlier? I showed you talking about on the side. You just want to. You talking about on the side? I'm sorry. Do you cut the frontal based on your client's hairline measurement, or do you just sew all 13 so the client can cut it themselves? I used to like tell my client to give me their ear to ear measurement in the front, and then based on their ear to ear measurement, then I'll cut the sides of the frontal. Then I sew it down. Now I don't do that. I sew the whole 13-inch frontal down because it gives it more versatility where the client is not having the lace frontal cut right in front of their ear. They're able to have it behind their ear, and then they're able to like pull it back even easier. So yeah, so no, I don't cut the frontals anymore. I'll just sew the whole entire frontal down. And I got a surprise for y'all. It's coming. It's coming real soon. If y'all don't know, it's gonna be on a website. I'm trying to get it up. I've been trying to get it up for like the past month. I'm going to be selling 5x5 lace closures. I'm going to be selling 13x4 lace frontals and 13x6 lace frontals. Okay. All my you can either have it just the standard pre-plucked tinted lace frontals and closures from me, or you can have it customized. Okay. And with customizing, I customize the hairline so it's like I will customize the hairline so it'll be pre-plucked. I also will bleach the knots, and I also will tint the lace. So you guys, all you have to do is like pull it out your little bag and put it on your head. Okay. So that will be up. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get it up on the website by next week. I just been so busy. But yeah, I'll probably do a video and show you guys like my 5x5 closures, the 13x6 frontals, and the 13x4 frontals. And the textures will be straight and body wave only for right now. And the lengths will probably be like 16-inch to 22-inch. Later on, just depending on if people want the longer lengths like 20, 24, 26, 28, and I'll include that. But for right now, the lengths are going to be 16 to 22 inches. Okay. Uh, will I ever be selling just the bundles to use for my wigs? I am getting into, or I will be selling hair soon too, you guys. I'm trying to get that up as well. But I will not be selling, the only textures I will be selling is raw Indian hair and raw Cambodian hair. Those are the only type of hair that I will be selling. I'm trying to get that into the works right now. And the lengths for those will probably be like 14 to 24 inches or 16 to 22 inches. And like I said, it will be raw Indian hair and raw Cambodian hair. I will not be selling Brazilian, Peruvian, Malaysian, Mongolian. I won't be selling that. I want to sell like pure hair. Okay, pure raw Indian hair and pure raw Cambodian hair. So that is coming too. Can you make a video just using bundles into a wig with no closure? I have a bunch of bundles and don't know how to use it. Oh, okay. So you're saying a full wig, like a full sew-in wig, no parting? Is that what you're saying? Let me see if I missed some of y'all questions before. I need help with doing a nice closure or a lace front. Have you checked out my video, Stephanie? I have like a whole, I have a detailed, very detailed lace closure tutorial on showing you guys exactly how I sew in a lace closure, and I also have a video on how I make my natural parting and the lace closure, and then I also have a full detailed tutorial on how I make a two-part lace closures. I know because I usually take, like, I don't buy the closures that already come with parting. I don't do that. I make my own parting because I want, sometimes, a lot of times, I like a deep side part. So I do have a tutorial, a full detailed tutorial on how you can make a two-part closure. It's like a middle part and a side part. How much profit you in this year with the wigs? Oh, that's, baby, that's personal. Okay, let me see if I missed any of you guys' other questions. Tara, you said, am I sewing through the elastic band? No, you don't want to sew through the elastic band, because if you do, then it's going to pull your wig tighter and it's not going to fit. So you're sewing through the fabric, the piece of fabric that sits on top of the elastic band. Trying to see. I don't see any other questions, you guys. I don't know. It went so. I have so many comments. I can't tell. You never heard of Indian hair and Cambodian hair? Okay, well, you know, back in the day, you guys, Indian hair and Cambodian hair was like the first type of hair to come out. Like, until maybe like a few years ago, then that's when they started coming out with like Brazilian, Peruvian, Mongolian, Malaysian. They start coming out with that. Raw Indian hair and Cambodian hair was like the first two type of hair coming out. And I remember, yeah, Indian was an usher before Brazilian. Oh, yes. Indian hair was like the first type of hair that came out. It was like the Indian hair. And it was like a lot of companies that was selling pure Indian hair. And then they started coming out with the Cambodian hair from Cambodia. And I know one of the first companies was Arjuni hair, because I remember I bought some Arjuni hair, some their Cambodian hair. I bought like 3 bundles of hair and a closure. And that Cambodian hair, they actually, Arjuni hair, it was I think maybe like 2-3 African American girls. They started that company, and they moved to Cambodia to get like the purest Cambodian hair. And their website is arjuni.com. And I know they're still up. They were huge on YouTube a few years ago. Maybe like 5-6 years ago, they were huge. And I remember I did like a few tutorials on their hair. And they sold pure 100% Cambodian hair. And their hair was bomb. I was able to do like so many things. I put so much heat. That was like back in the day when I really didn't know how to take care of weave or hair extensions. I was doing any and everything. I did maybe like 3-4 sew-ins with that hair. I colored it, everything. Yeah, raw means unprocessed hair. No. how can I put it nicely? No lacing the hair with other type of hair, because there is some companies, they will take Indian hair and they will lace it with Asian hair. Okay? Indian hair is supposed to be purest form virgin hair, so it has not been processed, has not been dyed a certain color. It has not been processed to get like a certain pattern to it. It is no chemically processed. I guess you can say that. No chemically processed hair. Raw Indian hair is in its purest form, and it does not take on a certain type of curl pattern or a certain type of wave pattern being chemically processed. And that's the type of hair that I am looking for right now. And that is going to be, I'm going to have like a new company. It's going to be my hair company, and I'm going to be selling pure raw Indian hair and raw Cambodian hair. You said what are some of the things your clients commonly ask for, or actually what requests do you get the most? You know, my hottest seller actually is like my 360 frontal with the wig cap. I did a video on it. I get like a lot of orders for that 360 frontal with the wig cap, which is the 360 frontal is already attached to a wig cap, and the only thing you have to do is sew in the wefts onto the wig cap. That's like one of my hottest sellers. One of the requests I get the most, 9 times out of 10, is probably like lace closure wigs. Sometimes I get lace frontal wigs, but most of the time people tend to go to lace. They want me to make them a lace closure wig. I know, I think like a lot of people like lace closures. I don't know. I think I like lace closures more than lace frontals myself. So yeah, so those are like my two hottest things, is lace closure custom wigs and the 360 frontal with the wig cap. Okay, Miss Redvine, what is a good wholesale company that you can buy to have at your salon for your client? I having a hard time to find some good hair. 3 good companies, please. Okay, one good company for wholesaling, and they just started wholesaling, is Maven. If you guys do not know, I am partners with Maven.com, and I use a lot of their hair too to make my wigs. Maven, they just started a wholesale company. Well, I mean, not wholesale, but I'm sorry. They just started doing wholesale, and I don't know if you guys heard of Maven. Maven, their hair is bomb. They sell, I think, Brazilian, Peruvian, and Malaysian hair. They also sell blonde hair. They sell like dark blonde, platinum, blonde hair. So if you guys are looking for like blonde hair to sell, they have some really good blonde hair. I will be doing a tutorial on their blonde hair really soon. I've just been trying to I've had the hair for like over 2 months, and I've been trying to like get this blonde wig tutorial up, but I've been so busy because I want to show you guys like their blonde hair. If you guys go to my website or go on my Instagram, you'll see I did a 360 frontal wig for a client, and I used their platinum blonde hair, and their hair is like on point. So Maven is my first one. I think that's about it for right now. That's mainly who I deal with, is Maven. I really don't deal with, or I wouldn't recommend right now any other wholesale companies, because like I said, I'm just now getting into dealing with hair vendors and stuff like that, and I really don't want to recommend anybody yet. So, but the only one that I truly would recommend is Maven hair. Do you have a video on how you care for your hair under wigs? No, I don't think I do. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Usually, like with my hair underneath, when I had shoulder length hair before I did the big chop a couple of weeks ago, I usually braided up my hair. Sometimes I would just do two braids, two French braids to the back, and that was it. And then I just put like a wig cap on and put my wigs on. I really don't do a lot of cornrows and doing a beehive and all that. I ain't got time for that. I just do two French braids and that's it. But now since my hair is like completely cut off, I'll just like, I have like 2-strand twists and then I just pin it down with bobby pins and then I'll put a wig cap on. But for the most part, just make sure when you're wearing your taking care of your natural hair, take care of it with making sure that it's oiled properly. I usually use like coconut oil or Jamaican black castor oil on my hair before I place my wigs on my head. I make sure like my hair is completely moisturized. I do the LCO method. I don't do the lock method, the LOC method. I do the LCO method, which is liquid. And the liquid I always use is either is water, and then C for cream. I usually use either my Cantu Shea Butter leave-in conditioning cream, or I'll use my Shea Moisture curling smoothie. And then with the O, which is oil, I always seal my hair in. And I seal it with oil, and the oil that I mainly use, depending on if it's winter time, I'll usually use a heavier oil, which is the Jamaican black castor oil, or I'll use the coconut oil. But I always use coconut oil on my hair. Okay, what's the difference? What's the difference in what? Is that going to be more expensive? Why do you like lace closures more than lace frontals? I mean, lace frontals, it's a lot of maintenance with lace frontals, you guys. I mean, like you have to like bleach the knots to make sure that the black knots is not showing. You got to tint the lace. You got to customize the hairline. You got to, it's a lot. Well, lace, and then, you know, a lace frontal is 13 inches long. You got to think about it. You got to bleach all that. You got to tint all that. You got to customize all that. With a lace closure, usually it's a small little piece. And all you got to do is, mainly I would do face powder. I use a face powder and a dense makeup brush. And I'll place like my face powder on the back of the lace closure onto the lace. And that takes away the black knots. And then, with the lace closure, all you gotta do is just create your parting. If you're wearing it as a middle part, all you gotta do is create your middle part. If you're wearing it as a side part, you create your little side part. And the rest of the clothes you ain't gotta worry about. But with the lace front, you can't do that. You gotta customize that whole entire front hairline. You gotta make sure like all those knots are bleached or they're covered up with your face powder. It's just a lot of maintenance when it comes to lace frontals. And then you got to make sure it's laying right. You know, you got to use that Got To Be gel. Or if you guys just saw, I posted a video on how I did the laid my lace frontal with the Eco Styler gel. This one, y'all saw that video? You know, Eco Styler has the same thing as Got To Be gel. This is the Eco Styler Extreme Hold Get Glued gel, and you use it the same way you use the Got To Be gel to lay down your frontals. Make sure y'all check out that video if you haven't checked it out yet. Yeah, coconut oil, yes, that's good. That's like my go-to oil is coconut oil. Like I use coconut oil when I'm washing my hair, when I'm oiling my hair. If I need to, if I'm shampooing my hair, sometimes I'll like add coconut oil into it so it won't just be straight shampoo. It'll be you know, give me a little moisture. Cantu Shea Butter is one of my favorites too. Yeah, that's, yep. And I like, what is it? Dang. I can't remember the name. I think it's Ren Pure. They're coconut milk conditioners. You can get them from Walgreens. I think they're like real cheap, like $2-3. I use that like to start off my wash routine. I'll use I think it's Ren Pure coconut milk hydrating conditioner and the Ren Pure coconut milk. I forgot. I think it's moisturizing conditioner. Their conditioners are bomb. Like, cause sometimes I don't do what I'm supposed to do when it comes to my natural hair. Like, I'll go like sometimes like 3 weeks without washing my hair. But if I put that Ren Pure coconut milk conditioner, I'll start my wash routine with that. It just takes away all the tangles in my hair. Is there a brand or brands to swear by for washing and conditioning your bundles? Oh yes. The main shampoo and conditioners that I use. Let me see if I can get them for y'all. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys exactly what I use when it comes to washing my wigs. Washing my wigs for my clients. Washing the hair extensions. What I use when it comes to bleaching the knots or bleaching hair. So these are the main 2 products that I use when it comes to bleaching the knots on my lace closures or lace frontals, or when I need to tone the hair, because you always need to tone the hair when it comes to bleaching the knots on your frontals or your closures, or when you're bleaching your hair. And this is the Shiny Silver Conditioning Shampoo by One and Only. This is like the purple shampoo that you always have to use, or you can use the L'Oreal Shimmer Lights shampoo, or you can get the generic version from Sally's. This is the generic version for the L'Oreal purple shampoo, okay? These are the 2 main ones that I use, the purple shampoos, to tone when you want to make sure that you don't get like a brassy orange color when it comes to bleaching the knots on your frontals, or if you're bleaching your hair, okay? These are the 2 ones I use. Now, as far as shampooing, I always use the Organics Coconut Water Shampoo. This is the Weightless Hydration Shampoo, okay? I always use this. This is some bomb stuff, okay? And then there's another one, I think it's Argan One and Only. I think that's the name of it. Their shampoo and conditioners are really good too. I need to restock on those. I also use, I always use the Aussie moisturizing conditioner when it comes to like body wave hair and curly hair. This stuff, I tell you guys, if you use this and you use your Denman brush, them curls and them waves are gonna be popping. They're gonna be so lit. You're gonna be like, damn. Okay, I'm telling you, with this is like my go-to conditioner when it comes to curly or body wave hair. Now, the other stuff that I use, it all depends on the hair. You have to listen to the hair when it comes. I know it sounds kind of funny, but you have to listen to the hair. If you have like hair extensions or your wig is feeling like really dry or something like that, 9 times out of 10 you need a really good moisturizer conditioner, and you need to do a deep treatment. If that hair is like so whack and you done conditioned it, you done did a deep conditioner on it, and it's still not doing nothing for you, and you got matting and tangling and shedding, what you want to use is the, I don't think I have it with me. Oh, yes, I do. You want to use the silicone mix. The silicone mix deep, it will bring any hair back to life, okay? This is the second to largest one. I know they got a bigger one. You use the silicone mix. If that hair is just not doing nothing for you, when you didn't shampoo it, you didn't condition it, you didn't deep condition it and everything, use the silicone mix. If your hair is, I just picked these up. I just started using the Garnier whole blends, and I have like 3 or 4 of these. I have like the coconut water one. This one is if the hair is feeling kind of rough. This one is for like softening. This one, if the hair needs to be like restored. This is like the avocado oil with the shea butter. And then this one I definitely use anytime like I color the hair. This is like the color care conditioner by Garnier. And this one is supposed to protect the color and reveal radiance. This is the main one I use. And the way I wash my bundles of hair or my wigs in bowls, okay? You want to wash your hair like they used to wash clothes back in the day, okay? You want to like be taking your bowl like this, and you want to take your wig, you want to dip that whole entire wig or all your hair into that bowl, and you want to wash. Don't be taking some hair and then you just squeezing some conditioner on it, you pour a little water on it, you doing this. That's not washing. Washing is you got to take a bowl, or you fill your sink up with some water and you pour in your conditioners or you pour in your shampoo and you wash the hell out of your hair. That's what you're supposed to do. So those are like the main products that I use for right now. Let me see. Oh, the Eco Styler gel. You know what, you guys? I was trying to find it at Walmart. Like on Walmart.com, it says that they have it, but saying it's not in stock and they don't know when it's coming back in stock. You can try your local Walmart to see if they do have it. I got this Eco Styler gel off of bonanza.com, okay? I think somebody on eBay was selling it. But I think somebody on eBay, they was trying to sell it for like $15. I was like, I ain't paying no $15. I think with when I went to bonanza.com, I think I paid like $6 for this. And that is like kind of the standard price. If you was to find it at Walmart, 9 times out of 10, Walmart is only selling it for like $4 or $4.99. So, Miss Red Vaughn, try bonanza.com, okay? Yes, girl. Yes, I'm so lazy when it comes to being natural. Man, I be trying so hard. But I would have to say, since I cut off all my hair and I cut off all the Texlax ends, my wash days are so simple now. It's so easy to do. Like, compared to what it was before, it would take me like at least 2-3 hours to wash my hair like completely. You know, shampoo, conditioner, deep treatment, moisturize it, oil it up, and twist it up. It will take me forever. So let me see. I'm sorry, I'm missing y'all question. Before the big chop, how often did you clip your ends? I was bad with that too, y'all. Like my hair grows fast already. I don't know if you guys saw my big chop video where I stated like I cut off all my hair and then my hair grew back in 1 year. That's how my hair is. Clipping ends, I be trying to, but I probably have to say maybe like once a year. I know that's probably bad because I think you're supposed to like clip your ends maybe like 2-3 times a year, but I don't know. I'm super lazy when it comes to my hair. Yeah, try Walgreens for Eco Styler gel. Try to see if you can find that. I don't know, for some reason they not really selling it a lot. Like, I was completely surprised that I was able to find it. I couldn't find it at like Walmart or nothing. Uh I'm sorry, I'm trying to go through y'all questions to make sure I'm answering everybody. So is that a lace front? Yes, this is a lace front wig. This is the silly hair wig that I made. I think it was like, I think a month or 2 months ago. I'll be doing another video on this wig next week. Okay, that's the reason why I got it on right now. Is because I've washed it and stuff. I'm gonna do a styling tutorial. I'm gonna show you guys how I do layers with some clippers, and then I'll show you guys how I style it. And that video will be up next week. Okay. You said I use coconut oil for everything. Yes, I use it for cooking too. Yep, I use coconut oil for cooking as well. Is there a process to protect your edges while wearing wigs? I would just have to say, just make sure, like, if you're using like gel, or you're using that got to be gel or the Eco Styler gel, or you're using edge control, make sure like at the end of the night that you're rubbing that stuff off. You don't want to like just keep it laid on there, then the next day you're adding more, then the next day you're adding more. You want to like make sure that you remove as much as you can, or make sure that you're washing your hair like every week to get all that buildup off. Also, make sure your edges are oiled. I know like the one main grease that I use, or oil that I use, is Do Grow. Do Grow, you can get it from Walmart. They got a grease. It's like $5.99. I don't think I have it with me. Yeah, but I use Do Grow on my edges. Like, I had one time in my life where I lost all my edges, and that was when I had somebody in college do some cornrows for me, and they pulled too tight, and when I took them out, my edges were gone, and I used the Do Grow, and my edges grew back in a month. Okay. Whip grip band will protect and hold your wig. I've seen that whip grip band. I haven't tried it out, but I've noticed a few people did some videos on it. They said it's supposed to protect and hold your wigs. You can wear a stocking cap under your wig or use a product called, okay. Okay. Have you tried the method where you boil the hair with conditioner? No, I haven't tried that. What is that? Hey, Miss Redbone. Hey, girl. Um, would I make a video with crochet braids? I did make a video with crochet braids. I think I did like 2 or 3 of them. I was supposed to do another one because I was gonna do a Senegalese twist one. I did one with the I did a Vixen crochet braid tutorial where I use like some blowout hair, and then I also have a crochet braid tutorial where I did with box braids, and I did another one where I did like the 3D twist braid. So yeah, I have like a few crochet braid tutorials. So let me know, you guys, if y'all got any more questions. If you don't, then I'ma probably end this live this live chat live tutorial. Okay, flip over method. Which one is better, U part or flip over wig, and why? Um, U part or flip over. I like the flip over. I don't like wearing my hair out. Okay, I'm in Atlanta and it's super hot, and my leave out don't act right. So yeah, I like a flip over method better because I don't have to wear any of my hair out. I don't have to flat iron my hair. I don't have to try to blend my hair. It's too much when it comes to a U part wig. Or are you asking which one is easier to make, or which one I prefer to make, a flip over method wig or a U part wig? When you do wigs for clients, do you cut the frontals or leave it? I leave it. I don't cut. What do you mean? Are you asking, do I cut the sides off to make it fit, measure to their head, or are you asking, do I cut like the lace in the front on the frontals? If you're asking if I cut the lace in the frontal, no, I leave that up to them. And then as far if I do I cut the sides of the frontals off, no, I sew down the whole entire 13-inch. Bleaching knots are my biggest fear when it comes to wig making, and there easier ways? I did a tutorial. I mean, with bleaching knots, it's like a trial and error. It's like you have to go for it. I mean, you can always pretty much fix over bleach knots. So I do have a tutorial on how you can fix over bleach knots, and then I also have a tutorial on how I bleach my knots. And pretty much the easiest way is you have to know the consistency when it comes to bleaching knots. The best way to do it is go to the beauty supply store. You can buy those packets, those bleach packets. I don't have it with me, but like how you can buy like the bleach that comes in the tub, and you can buy like just a regular bleach packet, bleaching powder packet. If you are a beginner, I would suggest using the bleach powder packet, because all you need is one. If you're going to be bleaching a lace frontal, you need one bleach packet, and you just need to eyeball how much developer you use. And I would suggest using 30 developer. Always use 30 developer, and use that one packet of bleaching powder, the BW2. Yes, you can use the BW2, or you can use the quick blue bleach. Okay, you can use those two. Or if you got some coins to spend and you want that real good, you can go to Sally's and get the Blonde Brilliance bleaching powder and their toner, and you can bleach with that. But if you're trying to save your coins, all you gotta do is go get that BW2 packet, get some 30 developer, pour that one packet into your bowl, and then you have to eyeball the how much developer. Use a 30 developer, and what you want is like a frosting. Okay, like if you was to frost like a cake, or you want like something thick but not too thick. You want it to the point like if you was to pull your spoon out, or if you was to pull out whatever you're using to mix the bleach and the developer together, if it's not runny and if it's sticking to that spoon or whatever that you're using, that's the right consistency. Now, when it comes to laying that bleach on your frontal, you have to be very delicate. You got to spread it like you're spreading butter. They always say spread it like you're spreading butter, or spread it like you're spreading icing on a cake. You have to be delicate. And the best thing to use, I wouldn't say that the little brush that you get when you color hair. I would say use a knife. Knife is like the best thing to use when it comes to spreading the bleach on top of your knots. And be real delicate. Just spread it across, and then after you do that, you turn it around, you place it onto your aluminum foil, and you let it sit, and you keep checking to see if the knots are at a brown orange color instead of like the black knots. But I do have a tutorial on that. You guys check out my silly hair, how I customize my lace frontals. I show you guys like a detailed tutorial on how I do everything when it comes to bleaching the knots, when it comes to correcting over bleach knots, how I customize my hairline and everything. That's all in that silly hair video. With the canvas head for your hairstyle, do you necessarily need an elastic band? With the canvas head for your hairstyle. When it comes to, if it's not, okay, you have to think about it. With the canvas wig block, a lot of times with people's head, they're usually like 22 and a half, 22 and 3/4, or, you know, like that. Okay? When it comes to lace frontals, if you do not have your canvas wig block as the exact measurement of your head, you're going to need an elastic band. If you have it like, if you have your canvas wig block customized to your exact head measurements, like your ear to ear measurements, your front to back measurements, your head circumference measurements, you can use that by using like some tape. You can do that. I think I have a video on how you can customize like your styrofoam mannequin head, and it's the same as if you was to do it with your canvas wig block. You use some tape, you take your measurement and you use some tape and you keep covering your canvas block or your mannequin head to make it the same exact measurement as your head. And you can do that, and then you don't need an elastic band. Lace closures, lace closure is pretty much okay because you're not cutting that much fabric underneath your cap once you get done with your wig. So with lace closure wigs, you don't. But lace frontals, it all depends on if your wig block is customized to your exact measurements. You might not need an elastic band. Do I use the mesh dome caps? I just used it to make myself a wig. I went to the beauty supply store because I want to try it out. And I know they have one in the women's section where they have like the mesh dome cap. I didn't like it because that mug, it was too tight. It was so tight. I was like, what in the world? I don't know. It just doesn't have enough stretch to me versus the men's dome cap. The men's dome cap, it has a lot of stretch to it versus that mesh dome cap that I got from the beauty supply store, and it was in the women's section. I didn't like that one. But if it's another one out there, I mean, I wouldn't mind using it. Do your wigs fit anyone? Pretty much, yes, my wigs do fit anyone. A lot of times I give my wigs to my best friend, or I'll give my wigs to my mom, and they fit because our heads are pretty much the same size. If you have like a 24-inch head circumference, and my head circumference is like a 21 and a half, close to 22, and that's why I use a 22-inch, because I want like some I want comfort. I don't want my wigs to be super tight where my head is hurting. I want just a little bit of enough space in between, you know. So yeah, most of the time, yeah, my wigs do fit everybody. But like I said, it's some people that have like 24-inch or 24 or 25-inch hair circumference. And of course, if I make a wig that's on a 21-inch or a 22-inch head block, my wig is not going to fit them. I'm going to have to customize and make the wig for them based on their head measurement. When you do a full sew-in with the lace closure, how much is the cost? And if you don't mind me asking, when you do a full sew-in with the lace closure, I don't do people hair anymore. When I was doing hair, when I was doing a full sew-in with the lace closure, are you talking about like a wig, or are you talking about like a sew-in weave? Because when I was doing sew-in weaves with the lace closure, I was charging like between $100 and $200. But with the wig, it depends on if you're supplying the hair. Like I told y'all before, if you guys are just coming in, I do have options on my website where if you're looking to get a custom wig made by me and you're supplying your hair, if you're a first-time client, the price is only $150. If you're not a first time client and I've made you a wig, then the price is $210. But you have to supply your own hair and you have to supply your own closure. The other wigs that's on my website, I supply the hair, so that's why the cost is a little bit more. Yeah, it's like Fontila, I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Like she said, she customized her styrofoam head and she covered it with plastic and tape. Yeah, you can definitely do that to customize it to make sure that it fits you exactly right. How do you make wigs for everyone? Do you have different size canvas head blocks, or do you use a method with that one? I have different size canvas wig blocks. Okay, like I told you, most people, they range between a 21 and a half, which is the average or petite, to a 23 or 24. I think I've only got one client who stated that they was a 24-inch. But most of the time, a lot of people are just like between 21 and 23. And I have a 22-inch head block, which is this one. I have a 23-inch head block. And you have to think about, like, you do not have to get, just because if somebody say that they're 22 and a half, you don't have to get like a canvas wig block that's 22 and a half. You can use a 22-inch hair block and you'll just pull or stretch the dome cap, okay? And then you can just use your measuring tape. Like I have a measuring tape that I use. Like if a client tells me that her head circumference is a 22 and a half, I'll use my 22-inch block and I'll stretch down the dome cap. And then I'll make sure that I measure it to make sure that it is a 21 and a half. Let me see. Okay, looks like I answered everybody's question. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to my live tutorial, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I got some more wigs to make and it's getting late. And I'm trying to get some of these wigs done so I can have them mailed out tomorrow. If you guys are interested in me making you a wig, you can go to my website, which is www.amourwigs.com. Like I told y'all before, if you guys are just tuning in, I will be selling 5x5 lace closures, 13x4 lace closures, and 13x6 lace closures. They will be body wave and straight hair. I'm trying to get them up on the site by next week. You can buy them just as is. They'll be the just as is style will be pre-plucked, pre-plucked hairline, and it will be tinted, medium brown tinted lace. Or you can get them personally customized by me. And when I mean with the customization, it will be, the knots will be bleached, the lace will be tinted, the hairline will be customized. So yeah, those are the two options, and the length will be either between 14. Y'all, it's getting late. The length will probably be like 14 to 22 inches or 16 to 22 inches. Okay. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is @Shay Amour. I post a lot of my for sale wigs on there. So if you guys are looking for a wig, I post a lot of my wigs that are like $200 or $210, and it come with hair and everything, and it's already styled. I post that on my Instagram, so make sure you guys check out my Instagram. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, you guys subscribe, okay? so I can, you know, I post more videos. The more I see y'all subscribing, the more I see y'all viewing my videos, that encourage me to post more videos, okay? And then y'all know my current video schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, okay? So if you guys are not getting a notification to your email, I know I've gotten a lot of comments and emails telling me you guys are not seeing that I'm posting videos. You guys, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but just always come check out my channel on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And usually I post like in the evening between 7 and 8. And you guys can just come and check out my channel and see if I posted a new video, okay? And let me know. I'm going to post this live stream. So if you guys missed anything, you can just go to that video and check it out. And then in the comment section, do me a favor, let me know what live tutorial you want me to do next, and let me know what type of YouTube videos you guys want me to do, okay? Because that's the reason I mainly have a YouTube channel, is to do videos for y'all, okay? So let me know what y'all want to see. And I know somebody just asked me, when will my next live stream be? Probably in 2 weeks. I'll probably just do like every 2 weeks or something like that. If it's like a really good topic or a really good tutorial that y'all want to see, then I'll do it. But right now, with the way my schedule is, it'll probably be like every maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So let me know what type of live tutorial y'all want me to do next. All right, and I'll see y'all later. I'm about to go, okay? Y'all have a good night. Y'all be blessed. And thank you so much, okay? I'll see y'all later. Bye.